Hey guys, what is up? Welcome to my channel. My name is Martina Lilly. Thank you so much for being here and watching. I really appreciate it. Today we are going to be reviewing the new Hourglass Vanish Airbrush Concealer. And when I say new, I mean it came out I think maybe in the last couple of months, but I just recently ordered it a couple of weeks ago and it finally came in the mail. And I haven't even opened it or swatched it or even looked and seen if the color is right for me. So we are going to be testing out this concealer today to see how it looks, if it creases, if it covers my pigmentation, and if I like it, because I am extremely picky when it comes to concealers, so I am definitely interested to see how this one holds up. So before we go ahead and get started on this review today, please make sure you hit that subscribe button and that notification bell so that you don't miss any uploads at all from me. And if you are interested in seeing the Hourglass Vanish Airbrush Concealer review, then keep watching. Alright, I just zoomed you guys in nice and close, and I don't use any skin filters or like extra bright studio lights or anything like that, so my skin should look pretty close to what it looks like in real life as well, so that you guys can see how the product really performs on my skin. For my skincare today, I just used the Summer Fridays Jet Lag Hydration Mask all over my face because it was feeling a little dry. And then I used these two Becca primers mixed together as my primer. So the backlight priming filter and the first light priming filter. I just like these two mixed together because they're hydrating and glowy and they kind of brighten my skin. And then for foundation, I use the Bare Minerals Bare Pro Liquid Foundation in the shade Light Natural. Okay, so this is the packaging that the concealer comes in. It's kind of like your standard Hourglass packaging, like the glossy bronze with the gold. Super pretty, super luxe. And then this is the concealer itself, and I really love the packaging of this concealer. I love like the frosted glass, and then I love this like slant at the top. I think they did a really nice job on the packaging for this concealer. Okay, so let me just talk you through some of the claims of this concealer like I normally do. I'm just on the Hourglass website. So it says that the Vanish Airbrush Concealer is a full coverage, weightless, waterproof concealer with innovative microspherical powders that blur and brighten for up to 16 hours for instant skin perfection. The crease-resistant, light-reflecting liquid concealer blends seamlessly into skin and diffuses the look of pores and lines. The highly pigmented formula evens skin tone to conceal dark circles, blemishes, and other imperfections for a smooth, natural airbrush finish. It includes a custom applicator that provides the perfect amount of product for all-over coverage. That is some massive claims. I actually don't know any other concealer that probably claims as much as that, but then I don't really read the descriptions of products a whole lot. So like I've already said, it says that it's supposed to be long wearing for 16 hours, crease resistant for 16 hours, waterproof, non-comedogenic, range includes shades that can be used for color correcting if you're interested in that, and it's vegan and cruelty free. So before I go ahead and put the concealer on, I also just want to let you guys know that like what my under eye situation kind of is like, so that you know what I'm looking for in a concealer and what I'm like reviewing it against. So my under eyes are a pain in the ass. You probably can't tell as much because I put some foundation over it, but I have really dark pigmentation here and here on my under eyes, and it gets darker if I'm in the sun. So if I go on a holiday to like Bali or something, or if I go to the beach a lot, it gets really dark. And right now it's kind of in that middle phase because I went to Bali like 2 months ago or before Corona started. I also have under eye wrinkles because I'm not like 12 and I don't have filler. Everyone has under eye wrinkles, and your concealer is always going to crease a little bit if you have under eye wrinkles. It's just about minimizing it, I guess, but I'm okay with my wrinkles, it's fine. And I also have like, I don't know, I'm gonna get up nice and close, and I don't know if you can see, like I have like these little, it's kind of like texture there. I don't know really what it is, and is it frustrating? Yeah, but like it's just what I've got and I'm working with it, so I don't really mind too much. But yeah, I don't have this like perfectly flawless smooth under eye. So my concealers that I use my under eyes really have to be like amazing for me to keep buying them and keep using them. And I am always like, whenever there's a new concealer that comes out, I freaking want it because I'm still looking for like the ultimate concealer for me. So let's go ahead and try this one out. So it says on the website, use applicator to apply directly onto skin, blend with Vanish Seamless Finish Concealer Brush. I don't have the concealer brush because I'm not spending that much money on a brush. Concentrated formula requires 1 to 3 dots under each eye. Normal to oily skin types may want to set concealed areas with Veil setting powder. Okay, cool. So pretty standard. Okay, so I'm going to do one eye first and then the other and see how we go. So I'm going to do the 1, 2, 3 dots because that's what it says to do. And I'm going to blend this one out with a brush and this one out with my Real Technique sponge. So I'm going to use my Sephora small contour brush and I am going to blend this out and see how we go. I can already tell I'm going to need more product than this, especially if I'm using the brush. Okay, so it's definitely highlighted. Like you can tell that this under eye looks a bit brighter than this under eye. So it's definitely looking actually pretty nice, even just with those 3 dots. I'm going to come in close so that you can see. Hopefully you can see. So you can still see darkness, like not as much darkness as this eye. You can still see some darkness in here and some pigmentation here. Let's go ahead and put the 3 dots on the other side here. I'm going to take my Real Technique sponge and blend this side out and see how this one looks compared to this one. It definitely looks light when you put it on initially, but it kind of oxidizes a little bit and goes a bit darker. Alright, so I would say that I have a little teensy bit more coverage on this side than I do on this side from the brush. But other than that, they pretty much look the same. So I'm going to come up close for you guys so that you can see my under eyes. Yeah, it looks nice. Like I said, if you were going for a no makeup look, this would look pretty nice, but I'm going to build it up because that's not how I roll. Normally, I'm actually going to put it on how I normally put concealer on so that I can actually see how this would perform. So I normally take like a flat brush. This is the Sigma F75, and I take some product off the applicator because I don't like to get too much. And I like to be like really strategic with like where I put the product. And so I'm just going to put it on how I normally will and then see how it blends out. Okay, so I'm now going to blend this out with my beauty blender because this is how I would normally do it. And I really just want to see how this looks, how I would actually apply. Okay, so this is it all blended out and it does look nice. Like you can definitely tell I've got like the brightened area like around here. So it does look nice, but has it covered up like all of my pigmentation and even all my dark circles? Like no, definitely not yet. So I'm going to put, and I usually, to be honest, have to go in with a few layers just on these like outer bits right here. And I just put like a teensy little bit extra here just to actually try and get my pigmentation covered. So I know that this seems like a lot, and if you don't have this kind of pigmentation, I usually use a brush on the outer parts too to pack on more coverage. I know if you don't have this hyperpigmentation, you're gonna be like, oh my god, this is so much concealer, but you don't need to use like this much. It's only because I do have the hyperpigmentation that I use this much. And I guess like for anyone else who actually has hyperpigmentation or really wants that full coverage, you can kind of see from mine how it actually goes. Okay, so now that this is all blended out, it is actually looking really nice. The finish is probably a little bit drier than I would like, but just by like a smidge. And I would like it to be a touch more full coverage, but you know, I can always build that up a little bit. So let's go ahead and powder our under eyes though, because I always do that without fail. I powder my face. Alright, So it's looking really nice with the powder, and the powder has added a little bit extra coverage for my hyperpigmentation. So I'm actually liking the way that this is looking. My fine lines don't look hideous, and it doesn't look like super dry as in like when I use the Fenty concealer. That makes my under eyes ugh. So far I'm liking it. I'm gonna go and do the rest of my makeup, and then I'll come back and let you guys know how I'm feeling. Alright guys, so this is my finished makeup for today. If you are interested in any of the products that I've used, I've listed them down below in the description box for you. And also, if you are interested in how I got my eye look today, it'll be up as like a little 1-minute video on Instagram. I'll put my handle here for you if you're interested in like how I got it. So let's get into my final thoughts on this concealer. I like it. I do like it. I actually, on my first impressions of this concealer, I do really like it. I think it's something that I'm absolutely going to keep using, and it's something that I don't know if I'm going to repurchase again yet, but I definitely want to keep using it, and I do really like how my makeup's turned out and how my under eyes have turned out today. So from first impressions, I really like it. Has it completely and utterly blown me away? No, but I like it so far, so that's still a good step. Usually I find I have to use a product a couple of times before I'm like, yes, this is the best thing ever. And sometimes I have to figure out if I need to layer it with another product or that kind of thing before I like it as well. Like for example, the Cover FX Power Play Concealer, I don't like that on its own, but when I layer it with the Shape Tape, it's like a holy grail for me. So I just need to play around with this a little bit more. So what I'm going to do as well is I am going to play around with this over the next week, and I'm going to put in the description box down below what my actual final thoughts are on this concealer and whether or not I ended up really, really loving it, or I'm just like, it's nice, but for $54 I'll probably just keep purchasing like my normal concealer combo or try like a new one. So it is going to be down in the description box down below how I actually have felt about this concealer after a week or two. That's it for today, guys. As always, please subscribe, hit that notification bell, like this video, and if you have this concealer, let me know in the comments down below how you feel about it, or if you're thinking of picking it up and what kind of has attracted you to the concealer. So I'd love to hear from you guys. Pop them down in the comments below. And that is it from me today, guys. I hope you have an amazing day, and I will see you again. Bye.